Drink away. What's up, y'all? How's it going? How's everyone doing tonight? Sorry, give me one sec. First on both. Good job, Ducky. What's up, everyone? How we doing? 4 hours, Ducky. Crazy. Just got off work. Perfect time for stream to start. Let's go. That's too loud. Maybe? Oh, too loud. This? No, this is too loud. What's up, Jeremy? Welcome in, Lude, Ace, Action Jackson, welcome in. Ducky, of course. I don't know if I can say welcome in, because you've been here all day, apparently. Uh-oh. He's here. Get him. What? Oh, he is right there. Holy cow. That scared the crap out of me. I was like, I hear him, but I don't see him. Bring it. Yeah, we're not doing any reviews today, Ducky, so I will not be looking at anyone's faces at the moment. Come on. Oh, ee, ah, ooh, ah, ee, ooh, oh, ah, ooh, ee, ah, ee, ah, oh, 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 ee, slide to the left, slide to the right, crisscross, crisscross. Everybody clap your hands. Ba, 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 ba. Do, 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 do. Soldier boy up in that. Oh. Yeah, slide to the right. Slide to the left. I got him all sorts of goofed up. He doesn't even know what to do anymore. Come on, what you gonna do? Bring it. Come on, coward. You won't. You just gonna make me cheese you? Alright, I see how it is. Oh, nope, he changed his mind! He changed his mind! Just out here trying to cha-cha slide, and this dude's all over me. Oh, rude. We had an agreement. This is your fault. You made me do this. What? Why is there 10,000 spiders right all of a sudden? Who's there? There it is. Alright, all my sounds are all screwed up. I was messing with my audio earlier, and I'm not a fan. You know nothing, Luderav. Who do you think you are? Think you know? You don't know. You know nothing, young one. You deleted your broodmother build? I don't even know if I really saw anything other than the weird hanging chandelier thingamabob you had going on. Alright. We're done dancing now. Sorry, I got distracted with that wolf spider. I couldn't help myself. How's everyone doing tonight? You have 4 grids placed? What, only 13 more to go? I am ready. What do you got, Action Jackson? Apparently we have some wonderful news for Action here. He's been teasing me all day. Oh, hey. Everyone's so angry today. You need some advice. Well, I can't tell you that I can give you amazing advice, but I'll give it my best shot.
A fine piece of handiwork, Mr. Smalls.
On how to be a father? Holy cow. I'm still figuring that out on a daily basis. But just enjoy the ride, because it's a ride. But congratulations, man. That's awesome. That is so wonderful to hear for you, man. I guess there's 2 sides. One, you're in for the ride of your life. Enjoy the next 9 months, because it gets crazy. Hey, I'm 33 as well. I had my kid at 31, so not a bad age to do it. But honestly, congratulations. It is the best thing that'll ever happen to you. It's incredibly difficult. Work on your patience, because nothing you want matters anymore. But also, you're going to have the most fun ever. It's all about perspective. Having a half Japanese baby. What? Teach him to build. I think Ludorav's got it. That's all you really have to do. You just gotta teach him to build. Advice for the new father: cherish your time with them. They grow up so fast. Yes. Yeah, one day they are this blob of nothingness that is just cute and poops on everything. And then all of a sudden they're walking, talking, running around, kicking you in the nuts. Whereas my son biting me on the butt today. That's what he did. But he's also the most fun thing I've ever... His best friend. It's a lot of fun. Just remember, I think more importantly than anything, as Ace said, cherish your time. It goes really fast. The days are long, and the years are incredibly short. Is the best way I can describe that. It flies by before you even know it. All of a sudden, they're a full-on human being. And just remember that you and your partner are on the same team. On the good days and the bad days. You two are all each other have. So try your best to stay on the same team, because it's really easy to have crappy days. And contrary to what my dad would like to say, is that he was worthless in the beginning. You are not worthless as a father. Your job is to do anything and everything your wife or partner asks. I can't tell you how many bottles I washed. It was crazy. Diapers changed, the whole thing. Whatever it takes. And you're proposing? Dude, what a week. Talk about a week, man. That's awesome, though. Congratulations. He's anything like his mother. He's going to be smart as Einstein. Yeah, that's our struggle. Something I didn't think about, that my wife's smart was going to be a problem. Because now our son, he didn't get my smarts. He got her smarts, and now he's too smart for both of us. But it is very fun. Life changes a lot, but in many good ways. Even when the poop stains go up the wall. Yeah, that's when you're most useful, honestly. That's probably when you're at your best and you're most useful. Baby was a surprise. I was going to propose anyways. Hey, you know? That's not a bad way to have it happen, honestly. Just kind of throw you right in the deep end. You're going to Japan next summer to meet her family? Nice. I have a buddy that lives in Japan and teaches English there that I need to get out, and he's invited us to stay. We don't really have a huge interest with a 2-year-old, but sometime around then, at some point, we're going to get out there and hang out. Explore a little bit. It'll be a lot of fun. Also, One Cap Chap, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Wait, welcome in. But yeah, that's awesome, man. Congratulations. From one dad to another. Welcome to the dad crew. Can you... Is everyone just on chaos mode today? Is that what I'm learning? The bugs are all over the place. The spiders are doing the cha-cha slide. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. Guess we're gonna build some more foundation over here. Whew, alright, I gotta turn my AC on. I'm sweating. 1 second. That's what I get for going over to my dad's and having drinks. There only one entrance in your base? Currently, yes. In the long run, there will be another one on this backside as well. I took the earbud out. The ADHD it was ADHD and too hard, dude. I tried. I love it for editing. I don't think I can do it for stream. My brain was just like, because I don't want the music off for grounded, because then it's just silence on stream. So I was like, I can't do this. This hurts my being. So yeah, essentially we're gonna be doing whatever, some type of entrance on this side. I think is the plan. I'm not totally sure how I want it to work though yet. I'm kind of thinking like a little ramp system of some kind. A little something like this. Like, I'm trying to design this out so, a buggy can still get in and then go up to the top and somehow block the wolf spider at the same time. So I think this is how it's going to go. I'm not totally sure yet. We also probably need to destroy this because it does not work. It was a good effort. It was a good try. Wasn't meant to be. Reclaim all my stuff. Shikaka! Welcome in. Can't help but say it like that. It feels like the only way to say your name. Feels like I'm I'm doing a disservice if I don't say it like that. An A for effort? Hey, that's all I can ask for. It's a hell of a lot better than I did in school. Oh. Excuse you? What's the best build? What do you mean build? Like combat build? I feel like it's personal preference, honestly. It also depends, like, where you are in the game. It makes a big difference. That's exactly how you're supposed to say it. Oh, I know. It's just wrong otherwise. New game 3, honestly, 1, get to new game +4. Your build doesn't matter until then. It's just survival of the fittest until you're in new game +4, honestly. Get some infused weapons and then the game changes. Also, I wouldn't necessarily say that Grounded 1 has a best build because you have to build for what you're fighting. So, like, my builds were completely different against the Mantis versus the Broodmother. You're just running around the yard, any club. Just get a salty club, and you're fine. I tend to always run a club in Grounded 1. Club of the Mother Demon, specifically. Going to play test branch or hold off till the 30th? I will hold off. I do not enjoy potentially ruining my world. It's not like huge risk or anything, but I like to be patient typically. New Game Plus, I did a Demon Slayer build, nothing but katanas. That'd be a fun one. I think that's the great part about New Game Plus, especially once you get to... Excuse you? Especially once you get the infused boss weapons, it allows you to make any build work. But New Game Plus specifically, the right trinkets make any build work. That's really like, what's your flavor? I wouldn't say that one thing is... In the base game, clubs are just the only thing that's really, really good. Outside of the, like, Cortana, but... Once you're in New Game Plus, you can kind of do whatever you want. You just have to grind the trinkets and everything for it to be worth it. Yeah, I've been playing other games to the 30th. Yeah, that's the way to go. Uzin's not patient. Welcome in, Luke, as well. I'm gonna send you a pic of something I'm working on when I'm done with the front. Sounds good. Timber's in the club. Wait, what club? What club am I in? The club? The club of the Mother Demon Club? I will say, Ducky, summoner builds are not great. They can be fun, but they're not great. It's a good way to get clapped. Real quick. Sure, we'll go with that. Want assault weapons again so I can jerky? That's true. I didn't even think about that. It was like my whole life. Just endless salty jerky. It is just better. Hey. Bruh. Not for this. It's not for the summons. Well, then why are you using mom jeans? Seems like a waste if you're using mom jeans. I don't get it. Mom jeans doesn't help that though, does it? It just adds summons, right? Get hot dog trinket. You never need to eat. That is a good way to do it if you can get the hot dog trinket. Easier said than done. Fell asleep watching your live stream last night, so I didn't get to see if you showed my base. I did not. I did not. We ran out of time. You will be on the next one. And a couple slightly larger bases that I spent a little more time in, so we didn't have as much time as I maybe had thought we would. Make your butt look good. What else is a good mom gene for? No worries, man. Works well. We have another... Where's my list? We got Quacker, Ludorev, 8-Ball, Zuma, Caleb, and JG the Jet Plane for next stream so far. And then I'm thinking the week after next week, we will potentially do some Grounded 1 stuff. Some like Mega Base reviews would be really interesting.
That hit the spot.
Some potential there, unless a lot of people reach out and want more. And then early October, from the 4th to like the 15th, I think, I'm going to be out of town on a vacation. Naturally, right as the update comes out, 4 days later, I leave on vacation. I knew they were going to do that. Absolutely knew they were going to do that. And a whole week hunting for the hot dog trinket. It's a lot of work. What? My lunch.
Some first-class barbecue right here.
How's the multi-grid going? Did you finish the walkway? No, we haven't worked on it since the last stream that we were working on it. So we're just down to this part currently. Lots of work to do. But that's what the plan is. We'll work on this a little bit tonight, and then I don't know, I might work on the other side. There's so many things I want to get done on the inside of the base too. Can't wait for it. At least mine should be a quicker one. Yeah. It's a good mix. As much as I love the really detailed big bases, like some of the smaller ones are really nice for the stream and everything. Yeah, action. I know. It's been a crazy day, dude. I don't know. Our country's turned into garbage. Uh-oh. Bonk. Got him. The Axle update? Yeah, the Axle update comes out on the 30th. And naturally, I leave on the 4th. So we'll have just enough time to do everything, and then I'll take a break. I don't have a Mega Base in Grounded 1. It's all good. There's just a few people that have, like, some really, really good bases that haven't been showed off in Grounded 1, so it feels like the perfect time to show off some fun ones. I'm going to be out from the 4th to the 15th. Of October. I think we'll get some kind of Axle mutation for beating him. Very likely. In some way. I'd be very surprised since pretty much every boss gives something. That's not what I wanted. Yes, the US. What are you gonna watch? I know, dude. I don't. What am I gonna? I'm gonna lay on a beach and chase a 2-year-old around. Not as relaxing as I would like, but it'll be good. I will check out Discord stuff after stream there, Ducky. Alright, do I want to work on the path or making this entrance tonight? Or both? Well, all my rocks are on the other side of the map, so I guess we can't work on this side even if we wanted to. Let's go. How old was your kid when they started walking? He would have been like a year and a half, maybe a little less than that. He was like a slow bloomer. He just was like, why would I stand when I can crawl? And then all of a sudden he went from crawling to sprinting. There was no in between. So it was its own kind of trickery. They're like, yeah, he seems to be a slower starter, and then all of a sudden he's just like stood up and sprinted. There was no in between. Okay. Life is a beach and there's sand all around me. It is a beach, that's for sure. Alright, so we got 1, 2. If I'm not mistaken, he started walking while you were streaming, I believe I remember you going. He just started running all over the place. Yeah, I don't doubt that. That sounds about right. And it was chaos. Skip the boss fight with a stranger to get the Cortana knowledge and the sizzle key. Interesting. I had no clue. Alright, how... This is going to be harder. That's not right. Get in your hole. Go in your home. Please. Oh. I thought about it. Well, that's not bad, actually. Just barely off. Do I know the group 50-50? No, I do not. So that way, geez, so dark. This is why I play with my gamma so down. I can't see anything. You're finding the struggles of multi-gridding? Yeah, it's... The effect is incredible, but it is not an easy task all the time. Sometimes it's really simple and easy to do, and other times it is really difficult. Build a stairway or route slope to the top of the statue of Burgle. Sounds like a lot of work. Oh, you're saying that's how you get around it. That makes sense. Am I ready for the update on the 16th? I'm not ready until the 30th. Because I'm probably not going to do the PTB.
Tastes better when you hunt it.
I say that now. Who knows, but I don't love the idea of updating my stuff to the PTB and then not being able to go back and waiting and... I don't know. It's always like something I've never loved doing. Sing the song Cupid? Oh. Like, What I guess what Cupid? You're waiting for the full release of the update? Yeah. That tends to be the way I like to do it. We'll see if my patience allows that, but... You know you want to, Grounded. I feel like these used to place literally anywhere. I'm excited about the new building mechanic. I don't really... It's like... Of course I'm excited about it. I have no clue what it actually is. It's just a... Like, I guess you can't really call it a building mechanic because it's not... As far as I understand from the way that Eric has been describing it, it's not anything new. It's just a whole new build UI that's going to be, like, more intuitive to use, I guess, is the easiest way I can put it. So it's interesting. It'll be really interesting because it could be really, really good. It could feel like super random and not good. Height's good. My old hack isn't gonna work. I know, dude. What are they doing to me? What do they think, like? I gotta re-break the game every time they come out with a new game? Like, that's not nice. Yeah, Ace. I'm pretty sure it's just like a new UI. Like, instead of a build radial, it'll be some completely new navigation system to build. Which could be really good. Could be really interesting. It's hard to tell. I messaged Eric specifically and was like, hey, as someone who loves to speak for the building community, if the update's not coming out for a while, do you guys think you could do a teaser for the Build M mechanic, like UI upgrades and stuff? But I have not heard anything yet. I was like, just give us a little bit of a trailer. I wanna know, man. Maybe back a little bit. Hoping it's being made just because it will be easier to navigate the huge amount of build objects they plan for. Yeah, that's essentially how I'm understanding it. I don't think it's necessarily going to be like this massive change, but just an upgrade to the way we look at the build system. But with no information, it's so hard to, like, know. Because I've thought those things before, and then, like, out in the left field, they're like, hey, look what we got. You're afraid you'll hate the new UI? I think we should all just accept the fact that most likely it's going to feel so weird and so foreign that it's going to suck for the first couple days. But we're going to have to look at the potential that it has. You said, I haven't beaten the stranger girl or upgraded my shovel to level 2 yet. What are you doing? I guess you have been building a lot, so. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, growing pains. I think it'll be good because I have a feeling like we're going to get so many new items that, I mean, like, realistically, when you're looking at this menu, like, it's a lot. Like, I don't understand how Xbox builders don't lose their minds. Like, navigating this. Like, it's not bad with mouse and keyboard, because it's just, like, scroll with the scroll wheel, so it's not the worst, but I have found it to be cumbersome at times. Yeah, the true builders will figure it out. Then another turn. Yikes, this is gonna start getting weird. Actually, this may not be too horrible. Just have to think about it a little differently. Come on now. Do what I tell you to do. Oh, that ain't it. Stuff's too far away. Made a round window with off-grid. Nice. I'm amazed. Everyone's just like picking up on this off-grid thing like it's nothing all of a sudden. It's like completely taken off out of nowhere. I need to get this off-grid building video done, but I'm like so much editing to do. I can't keep up. Hello? Please? There we go. Oh, it's not at the right height. Dang it. Also, you press the triggers to change build menus. I guess that's not horrible, but still clunky. I'm definitely excited to see what they come up with. I honestly have no clue what they're planning. I don't even know how to speculate on what they're going to be adding. Been doing off-grid building since Ark Survival Evolved. There you go. You can't figure it out, Alfredo? Well, in 6 months, I might have a video on it. It's Pagoda Base build guide all over again, guys. Luckily, it seems like everyone's just figuring it out on their own anyway, so it doesn't even matter. Get heights right. Just needs to go a little more. I mean, Alfredo, it's just jank. Like, at the end of the day. It's just messing with it until it works.
I'm straight up turning into Max Jerky.
Oh no. Water. Water. Just want a cool patio / courtyard area that morphs with the terrain, but it's definitely tricky. Yeah, I mean, really what you're doing is exactly what I've been doing with this entry area. Just place random scaffolding until the angles sort of line up where you want, and have more patience than any of us should be able to have. Patience is key. Had to play with it a little bit before I was like, okay, now it's time to play with off-gridding. Yeah. It's not something that, like, you're just going to do in a day by any means. It takes a lot of patience. It takes understanding why the off-grid works, and then from there, it just, like, snowballs. How far off was this? Forward a little. Welcome in, Grim. 6 months sounds good. A full multi-grid building guide before the game releases. That's kind of what I'm thinking. As much as I'd love to get it out tomorrow, I'm also really leaning towards holding off until we get Mushroom Brick, because that makes it so much easier. Mushroom pillars are like game changer.
A fine piece of handiwork, Mr. Smalls.
So happy your Discord has been kicking off with all the builders lately. Yes, dude. We're doing it. We're finally creating the ultimate build community, man. Coming together like we always dreamed. The base reviews have made a huge difference for just getting the word out that we like to build around here. Yes, we did always know, but patience is something I don't have most of the time. Yeah, if you want to build off grid at the end of the day, like, you really just have to have an idea that you cannot make do without. I don't really know how to put it any other way. It's just like one of those things that you have this vision and you're willing to struggle to make that vision happen. Because I wouldn't say off-grid building is easy. But dang, is it cool. Okay, stayed authentic and organic. Now round 2 is dwindled with people that just want content to play too, so it's mainly builders hanging on. Yeah. I mean, that's what I love about the game, is that we've found something that makes it playable forever. Especially with, like, the endless amount of content that we're going to get, the endless amount of spaces that they're going to be adding. Like, we really have this, like, super cool opportunity to continue to grow and build cool things and have fun with it, when other people are going to be stuck in content limbo. It's just like, I understand why everyone wants the updates. Like, it just means that the devs are doing a good job because that people want more, but I struggle with the maybe it's like a parent thing as well, that, like, having a kid, I have the patience at the end of the day. At this point, like, I don't mind waiting for better. At the end of the day, like, it's a perspective on what you want out of the game in the long run. Because, like, it's so easy to just ask for more and more and more and complain when it doesn't happen and be upset that it's not coming fast enough and so on and so forth. But, like, my view on it is just, I'd rather wait for perfection than complain that things aren't happening fast enough. Like, every time I've been patient, I've gotten exactly what I wanted out of this game. Every single time. Is that something that's easy to do, necessarily? Not necessarily. Same with every game, though. Some people play Minecraft to fight the dragon, etc. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's all just comes down to personal preference and how you like playing games. But if I've learned anything, it's that the grounded devs are looking out for us. And I signed up for early access. I didn't sign up for 1.0 full release. So I really try to make sure that perspective is kept. Too high. Hopeful they had new building pieces. We will get them. I don't think we're getting many of them in the new update, though. Outside of some decor items. Now, never say never. It feels like they're holding their cards close right now. In many ways. I think specifically because as the game directors talked about on the Casually Grounded stream, it's like that shock and awe factor where it is just surprise and fun. Dragon in the Tree, Luda, is one of the first things that got me inspired to build. Yeah, it's all the Luderav stuff. I can't point to a single build out of Luderavs that I like more than another. It's always just good. I feel like that was quite enough. Hardest part about off-grid building is this stuff where it's like slightly higher than directly on the ground. It makes it tough. The half height of the Pebblet foundation wall looks so good. Yeah, I complete accident. I'm gonna just tell it like it is. Complete accident that it worked out that way, and I like it. Especially because it like starts taller on the sides over here and then gets lower. I pulled a Bob Ross. I had a happy little accident. That's how the best things start. Maybe want to build a crashed plane in there? Dude, that would be sick. Most of the I'm bored grounded players seem to forget round one. The devs did the exact same thing. Yeah. Yeah, at the end of the day, like, we waited 3 to 4 months on every single update in Grounded 1, so... Right now we're getting one in almost 2 months to the day. Like what, it released on like July 29th, I think? So realistically, like, not only getting a massive boss that's completely different than any other boss we've ever had, we're getting a whole new building menu system on top of all the other stuff. Like, it's good. I'm not worried. Whereas Mordor map and Grounded 1 made me a big fan of his as well. Yeah. All of Luderav's builds made me a big fan of Luderav's builds. Did anyone watch the Grounded Q&A today? Any info get it released? Nothing today. No, that was just the extra live stuff. What was it, yesterday they did the Q&A, and no info, just the release date on the 30th. Oh, I can't see that. Gotta build my scaffold. Well, that thought, man, because 2.0 is coming, right? Are you done with inside of the building? No, not even close. We're just hopping around, having fun with it. If I can tell anyone anything that might help them, don't stick to just one build. Don't stick to just one area of a build. Don't be afraid to like hop around. Is oftentimes the way I am able to keep building big bases, as I hop between different spaces. I don't just stick on one thing necessarily. It's really easy to want to like finish one thing, but it's so easy to like completely burn yourself out. Looks weird. Also, welcome in, George. Hope you're doing good. New build techniques, new ideas, bigger builds. Yes. The endless content. Why is the quarter one slightly thinner? How long did your wife's morning sickness last? Longer than she would have liked. Like the first and part of the second trimester. I watched the one yesterday. Yeah, nothing today. There wasn't even grounded today. It was just their Extra Lives charity stream. So you missed literally nothing. Yeah, I'm very excited about new locations and stuff for Grounded 2. I'm already really enjoying this map overall, but more is just good. Sorry, getting YouTube comments that I can't help but giggle at. Just a little bit. How these average grounded base is a whole motel while I'm here using a grass coop. Did you just comment on YouTube that exact thing, Monk? It was you. That's so funny. I literally just read your comment. It's exactly the same thing you just said. That's literally what I was laughing about. Your grass cube comment. That's so funny. I wouldn't say that the majority of the bases that we've reviewed are average. I think we've had some absolutely above average things. Yeah, it just came through on my YouTube. Literally, I got a notification 2 minutes ago. Monk S9Q. I love how these are average grounded bases, but mine is just a grass cube on my video, on my base review video. I'm dying. I literally laughed, and then I saw you come. I was like, wait a second. Deja vu? Is that what I'm seeing right now? It looks longer on the right, doesn't it? So it's 1, 2. God, that's really bad. We should probably redo that. One, two, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. I guess those are kind of overlapped. That's why it looks funky. Let me go longer. Let's move these. Got too much crap in my way.
Are you ready yet? I'm getting impatient.
Get out of here, hey yay. Huh. My main build in ground 1 is Assassin, Natural Explorer, Cardio, Fan, Mom Jeans, and Corporate Kickback. The Assassin's Greaves. Ask the Mother Demon, the Whittle Spalder. I would say it feels like your build could be more optimized, Ducky. But at the same time, that is what I loved about Grounded 1 in New Game Plus is that anything really works at the end of the day. I can't really say that like one thing is arguably just better, because it all comes down to like what RNG and luck you've got. I have to lower this. Is going to get weird. Wait, what am I doing? Bring this down. We line it up with these. Oh, come on. Hello? Wrong. Gotta start somewhere. Every build starts with a grass cube. Yes, exactly, Ace. Every base starts at that level. And there's a Shroom and Doom update, and the first started there and haven't got further. Oh, wow. I mean, the hard part is it's really easy to look at stuff like this and then, like, not realize that I have... Let's see. I have 200 hours in almost exclusively building. So, like, it's really easy to say, like, oh, I just have a grass cube, but it just takes a lot of time and effort to build. Experiment, you have to, like, learn the system. I have 3,000 hours of building specifically alone in the first game, so it's easier for me because I've put so much time into the build systems and Grounded. And it just sort of naturally transitions into Grounded too. The left side has a different angle, so it seems shorter. I had it, part of it was shorter because it was like here. I almost had it like halfway through that. So that is quite a big part of it too. The difficult parts of off-grid building. Takes a lot of... Go when you're home. That lines up pretty good. Still might even be a little too much overlapped. Let's see. Never played too much New Game Plus. It really only was for people who wanted it. Like, for me, I think what I really enjoyed about New Game Plus specifically is that I enjoy story along with building. Like, Ludorev is a different breed. Completely. Where he can somehow never play the actual game and just build for thousands of hours. And, like, that, for me, creates massive amounts of burnout. And so I have to, like... supplement different things because I'll get bored. I'll get over just completely burned out. Only building. So I try to milk the in-game story and content as long as I can. It keeps things interesting for me. And bonk. Easy game, easy life. Alright, now we can go sleep finally.
Congratulations.
Look forward to build
Next time will be harder.
it with all the new brain power. All these new builders are just more people to join the fray to get ideas off of. Yes. I think that's what's so exciting about the build reviews is it's just like collecting a database of interesting ideas that the more people that are building, the more interesting like techniques and randomness that people come up with. So it all just makes it even better for us. You make a video about how to make a pine base. Guess what are your questions about building a pine base? Because there's no difference in building a pine base versus a grass base versus stem base. So like, what are your specific questions about building, I guess, in general?
Man, I missed bug steak.
At 300 plus days, and most of that has been building. I'm completed the story by day 20. Yeah, I waited way longer. I milked the story for as long as I possibly could. I'm collecting the Builder Infinity Stones, yes. I mean, realistically, isn't that the goal? Get rid of that too. 1 2 1 2. 1 2 1 2 3. I think that's right, right? 1 2 3, and then another 2 at a different angle. Wait. 2 3. This is the different angle. Okay. Where am I? I'm lost. Can't wait to get the orc card so I can do the mixer. Dude, you're telling me. I think I still have... I mean, I at least need to get the ladybug, because that's going to suck otherwise. And the butterfly. Got the ant. Like, even the bees, like... I just don't want to really do it until I get these. That's easy. Those are in different areas. Those never spawn in my area. We'll figure it out. I'm too much of a completionist to not get all of those. Like, one of my obsessions is 100%ing. As much as I can, at least. What fighting class you do? I have Snail Armor and Mantis Blade and Coltana. I focus on damage more than bases. I'm a wizard.
Didn't even need instructions.
I'm a wizard, Harry. I don't know. I just enjoy the staffs for my own random neat likes. I feel like if you ask the majority of people, they would say the staff builds are not good right now. Which the devs talked about potentially upgrading those as well, so I'm all in. A build that I already feel like is strong and I'm doing really well with, like getting more attention, is a win for me. It'll make it look good while being defensive and able to have a good amount of space. I feel like that's just a base in general though, right? It's not a specific material necessarily. In terms of defensibility, it's almost not, it's not even needed in Grounded 2. In Grounded 1, it absolutely felt like a bit more of a necessity. Whereas Grounded 2, like, you don't have to defend any part of your base at the moment. They only attack you. So, you really don't have to worry about defending bases anymore. The only thing you have to do is worry about running away from your base after you get raided. Because I'm a rock. I am now one with the rock. So I wouldn't necessarily worry about the defense of your base at the moment. Maybe they change the raids in the future, but they literally have no effect on your base specifically. Give me a rock. And the best thing I can say is I don't think there's necessarily a tip for making a base. Let me read that again. Have a good amount of space or anything. Like, it's kind of whatever your own creativity comes up with. But the best thing I can say you should do is go watch some of the base tour reviews that we've been doing. Because if you can't figure out how to build a good base from watching those bases, those bases say more than I could ever, like, personally give advice on, is the way that I tend to look at them. Like, look at other people for inspirations. Don't think of it as, like, taking ideas necessarily. Just be willing to take little bits and pieces from bases that you like from other builders in the community, and you'll slowly kind of figure out your own style from other people, I think, is a good way to start. Because there's objectively no right or wrong, the way I see it, at least. Like, no base is right, no base is wrong. There's no good and bad, because all it's trying to do, a base is trying to do, is accomplish what you want it to do. But looking at other people's bases is probably the easiest way to get ideas and learn about base building in general. I think that's pretty even. I think. One. Too much stuff. Live on the rock by their lantern. Planning for the future. Yeah, join the Discord as well. Post your ideas there. It's a lot easier to help with I see something too. It's hard to give advice on just concepts of a base, not necessarily like an actual base. I'm a very visual person, so for me it's a lot easier to just kind of see something and go, oh, I would do this, this, and this. It's close. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 3, 1, 2. On that side, this should go 2, shouldn't it? I guess it kind of lands right in the center, though. No, it won't be perfect. That's building off grid, I guess. Still can't get over the epic bridge build? Yes, dude, it was insane. So freaking cool. Bases in the sky and some wasps came and it almost fell. That is the struggle. There's a major reason in Grounded 1 why I turned raids off. Because at a certain point, it's no longer fun defending a base that's thousands and thousands of pieces. It's just not an enjoyable experience after a certain point. Feels like this curves more. Like this needs to be angled. Dang it. You will tomorrow. What days and time you're streaming? I'm going to need to leave soon. We stream Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Tuesdays are Tour Tuesdays, so we're mostly reviewing bases on Tuesdays. And then Wednesday, Thursdays is just kind of like me building on my own world. How long were you doing Twitch? Because getting subs and channel points, and how much money do you get from Twitch and YouTube? I don't know if I feel comfortable saying that. We're not rich or anything. I'll say I'm incredibly fortunate to have the support that I have for how little I've been streaming and making content in general. I'm very lucky to have the following that I have, because I feel like most people would spend 10 times as long trying to create the same following that I've been able to do. So I'm very lucky in that sense. But I'm definitely not making tons and tons of money or anything. So let's do that. While building, also, I don't know why I thought the bridge was an anvil. Welcome in, Eve. Hope you're doing good tonight. Question now is, what point does this churn and become stairs? Play VR, I might chime in on VR when you stream. I do not play VR, no. I don't even know how to set up a VR stream. Is your biggest game to stream Grounded? Oh, absolutely. The only other game I've streamed, I did one stream playing Subnautica 1 just randomly because I wanted to check it out. Or not check it out, I just wanted to build in Subnautica when they added the below zero items, build items into Grounded 1 or Subnautica 1. I really wanted to do that because I love Subnautica. It's probably one of my, in terms of survival games, it's probably my second favorite behind Grounded. And then we did a bunch of streams between Grounded 1 sort of dying and Grounded 2, where I was playing Enshrouded quite a bit. But the viewership on Enshrouded is not great, which is so unfortunate because it's exponentially better than any other building game ever made. I don't think anything really even compares. I'm sure a couple people will have differing opinions about that, but need to get off though. Bye. Sounds good, Monk. Thank you for hanging out, and please join the Discord. Hang out. I know this doesn't show up on YouTube. I gotta copy it, but it is a great place to get your questions answered, especially because there are exponentially better builders than myself. No, there are really good builders, including that are not like, I'm not the be-all end-all of builders on this this channel. There are some really good builders on this channel, so it's a great place to get advice from myself and other people as well. Definitely the best place you can get advice. Grounded below zero, exactly. Grounded in VR, I might throw up. That's the other thing. I like can't play most VR games. It makes me so sick. Outside of like Beat Saber and a couple games like that. Games that move a lot hurt my soul. Fix that in the future. In a way, it's one of your smallest games to stream as well.
I'm straight up turning into
You're saying Grounded is?
jerky.
Enshrouded is a good game. It's a great game. I wish I enjoyed the combat as much as I enjoy the Grounded combat. That's like one of the only things that's got me stuck in Enshrouded. Is the building's insane. It's so much fun. It has complete freedom.
First class barbecue right here.
But the building is so time consuming because you can do so much. It's like overwhelming and incredible at the same time. It's hard to really explain it any other way. It's everything I ever dreamed for, and apparently I dreamed for too much because it's like, it's a lot. I could just sit for hours building the tiniest little detail because it's got so much build freedom. I mean, no one's going to be able to tell that this is like just slightly less curved. Just put another one in and put a little curvy curve. Out of the water biome going to give movable parts. Yeah, we assuming that there's a major gap between the Axle update and the winter update, which I assume is going to be another 2 to 3 months out from there. It's very, very likely that we spend a little bit of time in Enshrouded when the update comes out. So I'm really excited. I definitely would love, like in a perfect world, if we're talking about like where I see this channel going and where everything's going. Also, good night, Lude. Thanks for hanging out, man. Appreciate you as always. Good luck fishing. Assuming that's what you're doing tomorrow. In a perfect world, I see this channel, like the whole base review like concept, like teaching people how to build, teaching people design concepts and those things is something that I would like slowly add into other games and stuff. I think it'd be really, really fun, but it's very difficult to juggle all of that at the same time is my current struggle. I'm already like going slightly insane trying to juggle all these base reviews and then making content and videos out of it. I love it. This is exactly what I was hoping for, but sometimes you get what you ask for. But in the waiting game that is early access for Grounded, I think it's the perfect time to kind of sprinkle in some different games here and there whenever we can. I'm just having a little too much fun with the base reviews at the moment to leave those behind for Grounded, to try to add in other things. So we'll see how it all goes. I have a very relaxed, chill, things will happen when they happen sort of mindset in terms of my channel. I spent the last 3 days just building a roof. I couldn't get the right look, and I'm still messing with it. That's how the best things are made, though. And, like, I think that's the fun part about it, is, like, you've been entertained for 3 days straight, is the other great side of it. So it offers some really cool positives, if you're willing to deal with the headaches. Too high, I think, right? Yes. That's Friday. Tomorrow's work. Lame. Fishing sounds like way more fun. I'm going to be doing some fishing down in Mexico in October. My dad and I go out on some sea kayaks and try to catch Dorado. It's really fun. It's mostly just a paddle workout, but it's a good time. Excuse you, sir? Alright, we'll go to the top then, apparently. What, chat? Oh, sorry, Ducky. There's a lot going on. If you had to pick 3 builders from your Discord to become one builder that gets all the smarts for the 3 you pick, who would you pick? Myself, Luderav, and they're not in my Discord, and as much as I love all of the other builders, like Grim, Harley, Pasta, God, there's so many good builders. Like, it's so hard to pick with the last one. It's so easy for me to say me and Luderev because me and Lude, like, are always on the same wavelength, typically. But, and I don't want to leave anyone else out. Like, as I said, Grim, Harley, Pasta, Kipu's doing really good stuff. Lady Monique's building really cool things. All of the new builders that have come out of, like, literally left field from all of the new things that we've been doing. D's last night. J Marty is a really good builder. Trying to look through, like, anyone and everyone that's been posting recently. There's so many really good, cool builders. But I think they're part of our Discord. They just are not active on it or anything. But Arteras is a French grounded builder that probably no one in this community has even heard of outside of a few people that I've been talking with. But with Ludorav's interiors, my exteriors, and then Arteiros and It's Burgle are like two French builders that have built together. They specifically helped me put together the whole guide that I'm working on for off-grid building. Arteiros and It's Burgle are probably, they're like, I kind of combine them into one person because they build on the same world together typically. They have this insane off-grid building technique that I will be showing off specifically in this build guide that I'm working on whenever I have time to actually work on it. Easier said than done, but if I combined myself, Ludorav, and Arteiros, or It's Burgle, it's kind of a tie between them. It's Burgle is insane. Like, I don't even know how to explain to you guys the stuff they've built because you're not going to see it until this video comes out. It is incredible. They've built these, like, insane cathedrals with totally custom grids in different areas that... And I personally have been talking to Arteiros for, like, a year now on some of our off-grid builds, so I think they have a really cool perspective on building in Grounded and a respect for it that others that I appreciate in many ways. Not to say that any other builder in the community isn't really good, because I've seen so many good builds, it's hard to just pick 3. But with my off-grid experience, Arteiros' off-grid experience, and Ludorav's insanity, like, it's so cool. I'm so, like, I hate trolling you guys and sitting here teasing you, talking about how cool their builds are that you don't get to see until this video comes out. Insanity. In freaking sanity. And that's, like, not to belittle anyone else that's built such cool things in Grounded. They just... No one but... Like, I've dove very deep into the off-grid building. No one even comes close to Arteiros and It's Burgle. Like, no one... It is an infant versus a fully grown adult. Like... My off-grid build experience is so minimal compared to theirs because they've done some things that I don't think anyone could even imagine doing. Like, it's a different level of pure imagination, and it's just freaking cool. I don't know anything else to say about it. It's just Arteiros, Arteros. Sorry, Shikaka. But as soon as you see it, you'll be like, okay, never mind. Timber's right. You would have to go full-time content creator for that. Yeah, that's the struggle, Aces. The time management that I currently have is like trying to juggle content creation, a full-time job, a wife, 2 dogs, a 2-year-old, all at the same time, and looking for new jobs that I'm more interested in. Like, it's... I don't know how people do full-time content or do as much content as they do with life, because it's nuts. I haven't played Enshrouded, but I really like the build mechanics. I was hoping they would rework to mushroom buildings to work on smaller brick scale like the voxel system in Enshrouded. I'd watch it, especially while Grounded is waiting on updates. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think we're getting necessarily much smaller than we currently have. I think we'll get some pieces to fill the gaps, but I think it'll be difficult to change the system any more than it is with the grids that we have. Speaking in terms of someone that knows a little bit about game development, I could see it being incredibly difficult to change it to that level of voxel building, because it's like they have a completely custom engine that's built on, so they can do whatever they want, and it's still taking them a year plus to like implement all the different things. Multiple games, multiple base reviews per week. Yeah, literally we'd become a base review channel and nothing else, and that's... I also want to build selfishly. So it's one of those struggles of like how many base reviews is enough base reviews and how many base reviews is not enough base reviews. Part of Mexico, I'm going to a little fishing town that is on the Baja side of the California peninsula. So it's 2-ish hours north of Cabo. It's a small little town that my family and some family friends and stuff all own a little house in. Alright, what? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Then almost 90. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Then almost 90. That feels about right. Get out of the way. Keep moving my chest. Sorry, Shikaka. It's nothing against anyone else. There's a few people that I click with in terms of the way I think about building. But that's about the hardest thing someone could ask is, what 3 builders would I combine? Because I would take everyone's at some point. A little more? Hello? Come on now. And it's too high. Dang it. You had me at Insane Cathedrals, right? You've seen Itzbergel's stuff. They make really amazing builds, dude. Impasta, I'm so excited for you to see some of this stuff. They have this freaking cathedral that they built on the porch of the house. Like right in front of the door. And it goes from almost the door all the way to the edge of the porch. And then on top of that, not only is it one of the sickest cathedrals you've ever seen in your life, it's so cool. And that's all just like standard grid. And then Itzbergel, the mad lad that he is, somehow figured out how to build, because he wanted square like towers to be circle, or like go from square to circle at a certain point, and you physically can't do that. And he found a way to hide in the columns of this base, because there's like, if I can show it here, like there's essentially like a big tower that's built. This is jank, but essentially like a column built like this. And he found a way inside the column to hide the grid that he was working with. And it goes 100 blocks up before the grid starts. So he built from the bottom of the base, because the off-grid building has to be built at the bottom. You can't start off-grid building in the air. So you have to build everything on the ground floor. So you have to figure out the grid on the very bottom of this hundreds of blocks tower that they have built. And he managed to figure out how to place this grid perfectly at the bottom of this base to go all the way to like 2/3 of the way up this tower. And then this secondary tower comes out of it. It is insane. And the greatest part about it, you'd have no clue that it's built off grid. It is perfect. Absolutely perfect. It's like one of the craziest things when they were explaining it to me, because I just got to explore their world with them, and they just like showed off things, and we just talked off-grid building essentially, and they showed me all of their off-grid builds. It was insane. And so whenever I finish this how to build off-grid and grounded 1 and 2 video, we will everyone will get to see that, because they allowed me to go into their world and record a bunch of different stuff, which was super generous of them, just because they were like, please teach this, we want the world to know. And I was like, let's go, you don't have to ask me twice. So we're very fortunate that they allowed me to do that, and are allowing me to use footage from their bases and their builds to show off like off-grid building techniques. But as I said, it could be months until I get this video released. I don't know. I'm like still working through the script of everything, because it's one of those videos. It's like my top 10 tips to build better and grounded. It's not worth doing if I'm not going to do it right. And so I'm really hesitant on how I'm going to put this together. I really want it to make a ton of sense and be like an intuitive thing, because it's a really difficult concept to describe and like talk through. So I'm not rushing it. Let's just say that. Trying to take my time and make it the best video, and I'm not necessarily in a rush to get it out, just because we're still in early access and we have so much to do. We have so many pieces that haven't been added. I'm kind of like slightly leaning towards waiting until there's more in Grounded 2 to do the video, because it doesn't make sense to like half do it to me. It's one of those videos I'm putting probably too much thought into, but it's going to be better for the fact. Like, I want the video to do as good as my top 10 tips to build better in Grounded video, which means we're just going to have to be patient. But man, it'll be sick when it comes out. Planning on breaking the space up a little. Ducky, it's Arteross, Arteross. And no, I do not speak French in any way, shape, or form. So what kind of things are you thinking? Asking because I want to steal. I'm planning on breaking the space up. At the moment, it's just kind of a way to get into the base, I guess. It's just a staircase. But I just like that this was like sort of its own little ravine or crevasse sort of thing, and it made sense to make a big path and make it epic. So I wouldn't necessarily say we're breaking it up, but I think there'll be a lot of fun details that get added into these like little spaces with planters, garden beds, all sorts of random stuff, and we'll see what happens. I don't really know. Fill your buggy with clay and pebbles, then leave him far away from you. No need to move your toolbox around with you. That would be intelligent. It's my Grounded 1 instincts. Just moving a chest around. In a perfect world, we'll get custom settings sooner than later, and then I can just use the handy net with all my boxes, and it doesn't even matter anymore. But hard to say. Beautiful mind level stuff. Off-grid build, so my half-stem walls aren't so tall. They make nice looking fences shorter. Yeah, that's a good way to do it. I think that's what's so cool about the off-grid building is it really does make it limitless. Wait a second, was that taller or shorter? But as you can see, it isn't something that just like happens. It's a lot of messing with stuff. One more time, you're dyslexic? What? One more time, what? AR... What? ART... E. Oh, jeez. There you go. Hey, there we go. My sticks. Oh no. Got a pallet somewhere around here. Yeah, the off-grid building just makes it cool. How do you make the brass box for lights? Super simple. So it's just the triangle pieces is all. You just gotta flip them like that, and then do that on all four sides. Do a grass quarter floor to make the top and the bottom, and before you put the top on, put lights on the inside and you're done. Yeah, I wasn't sure if they were in the Discord or not, Ducky. I'm friends with them, but... yeah, luckily the boxes are nice. I've also been messing with... Luderav stole my idea because he liked it so much, because I stole his idea because I liked it so much. And so I was also messing with potentially doing, like, some stem as well to break them up. Because they're a little, like, green lollipop-ish, which I like and I don't at the same time. I don't know. I don't like this as much necessarily, so I'm not sure which way I'm going to go yet. Need to get on that multiple grid mindset. Just mess with it. Like, if you see what I'm doing right now, just mess with it.
Didn't even need instructions.
I think this is probably the easiest way that I can think of to do it as well, is placing foundations and just making like random pathways and stuff, where you just kind of place things and you can make little semi-ramp staircase things and see how they go. Just make a path, and then once you get the hang of that, it's a lot easier to replicate it in an actual build with walls and stuff, because the level of off-grid building that we're doing here is exponentially more difficult. It took me hours. I spent an entire stream, almost 2 streams, getting these walls lined up. So each individual wall of the lamp was built on a different one. So it's really difficult until you mess with some of the more simple ways to do it. So just mess with placing stem scaffolding in random places and then building the grids into each other, and you'll figure it out faster that way. Wasn't aware of the scaffold. I thought you had to use pillars. Pillars are exponentially easier, but because we don't have mushroom pillars in Grounded 2 yet, you don't really have an option. So because the current pillars in the game are circles, they are almost worthless to do this. They technically would still work in the same way, but because they're circles, there's no way to tell, like, there's no way to really line up the corners of things. So using the stem scaffolding at least gives you, like, a square-ish shape to kind of, like, line up your corners with everything. Because that's... the key is getting the corners and everything to line up. So you have these pieces that sort of naturally fit into each other, but when you have a mushroom pillar, those are so much easier. There's a scorpion under here now. Yep. Give him the wiggle waggle.
Buggy out of gas.
Where you going? You came into my base. I'm gonna take you down. Made by lanterns, half stem, half grass. That's a good way to do it too. It's awesome. I thought those were just something from Grounded 2 that I hadn't seen before. Yeah, nope. Super simple. Yeah, the scaffold's easy. Once you get a mushroom pillar, though, the square sides of it make it so much easier. Because the main issue with the stem scaffolding is that it's not the same size as the other blocks. So technically, the easiest way to describe it is that the stem scaffolding is one wall thickness thinner than all the other blocks because it's made specifically to allow you to add the blocks to the outside. So you have to account for the fact that everything is going to sit like slightly over the edge of them. So they're not perfect, but once we get mushroom pillars, the mushroom pillars line up exactly. So all you have to do is like put a bunch of mushroom pillars and then just build like a psychopath, and it's so much easier. But you can only do that in Grounded 1 at the moment. Mushroom planters with the lights in them is probably one of the coolest ways I've seen to add a street light look. Like the big mushrooms, I'm assuming. There's a bunch of people that have been messing with that. It does look really good. You do the dark red of the pine triangles and leave the grass planks in the top part of the lantern. My stuff. Yeah, the big mushrooms with lighting do look really cool too. Unfortunately, the scale of them is what's difficult. Because like I really wanted something smaller because I didn't want it to overshadow this whole thing, so I didn't really have many options. Build the seam grain lanterns where you're building right now. Sorry for my English and French. Will you build it? Like, just show you how to build it? Make you start with tools in creative. Like the build tools? Like an axe or something? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, the green lanterns are just this, though. You just grass floor, triangle, 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 grass floor on top, and you're done. Lights placed on the inside. You just got to use the triangle pieces. Oh, you're saying like building them down here? Like continuing them further down? I'm guessing. Eventually, that is the plan, is to continue these further down, and probably not on this side, but I'll probably continue them on these sides. I just only built them this far at this point. Alright, what if you do the dark red of the pine triangles and leave the grass planks in the top part of the lantern? So you're just saying... Let's see. Part of the reason I was using grass specifically is I wanted to break up the pine. There was just almost too much pine. Yeah, Thief. Well, that's definitely the plan, is to continue them down. I'm just not sure how I want to do that yet. What do you think we'll use tier 5 tools? Literally no idea. No clue. That is so far down the road. It's so difficult to speculate. It's gonna be new bugs you've never seen, new items you've never seen, like things that we have no clue to do. No clue to do? What? Things that we have no clue how they're going to do or implement. Yes, that's kind of what you get there, Pasta. Not bad. I don't know if I love the, I guess it could be like this. Might be a better way to do it. Could just do it like that, I guess. It's kind of boring. I know, there's something I just like about the little grass. It also, the grass lights up so much better, which is part of what I like about it. Never say never, but it's not quite the aesthetic I'm going for. Tier 5 tools for metal, hopefully. I would love a metal palisade gate. Ace. 100%. A vase with a standing torch inside if you don't want the big lantern look. That's another good way to do it, too. Luderav has perfected that whole look. I think it will be to break some things in the world that you couldn't break in Grounded 1. Yeah, I think that would make sense. Question is what, though? I mean, who knows? Where'd my chest go? Get over here. Harvest the coins? That could be interesting.
A fine piece of handiwork, Mr. Smalls.
Try to get off the top and put long light and see the flame on top. Like torches. That could be interesting. I think what I like about the green ones specifically is just they glow really nicely at night. Just one of the things that the other materials don't do as well is like stem has too many gaps. The pine doesn't glow the same way, whereas this it really does glow, which is kind of what I was going for. Do you map out larger builds in creative first, or just jump in raw and survival? Jump in raw. I don't plan anything. Just kind of do it. I've never once built anything in creative first. The only things I've done in creative are my build guide tutorials and stuff. Hello, Alice. Welcome in. You're on time. I know. You literally showed up as I finished. I was like, bummer. So unfortunate. And there was some freaking insane builds last night, too. Where it gets difficult. Starting to veer off a little bit. Came up with a new light design, kind of like overhead fluorescent light, but can't find a good spot to put in my base. Send it in the Discord. I always love to see new stuff. If you can't find a place to put it, I'll find a place to put it in my base. That's bold. It's kind of just, I like letting things kind of happen. I always have I can't really say I don't plan anything. I always have a rough idea in my head visually what I want to create, but there's no it needs to be 7 blocks by 4 blocks and 20 blocks high, and I don't like that level of planning because my brain already kind of thinks like that anyways. If you didn't know, I have a degree in architecture, worked in a firm for 10, 15 years, probably 10-ish years. And so, my brain already thinks in terms of layouts and planning in many ways. So, I guess I'm pretty lucky in that sense that it's kind of like my natural function is to kind of pre-plan builds. But when it comes to the actual execution of them, it just kind of happens. I said I wanted a path that went down this, built on different grids, so it kind of meandered. Also, so the the ramps were a little bit more unique and stair-like without being stairs that came to here, and we're just kind of like, we let it happen as it happens, you know? Usually doing stuff in my early afternoon, so I miss some streams. Always happy when I can catch one, though. So funny, because it's like night for me. It's almost 9 o'clock here at night. Round of 2 with the limited resources and no handy none, I feel like I save a lot of time figuring big builds out and creative first. Yeah, I could see that. I think the issue is that I don't have the time to like plan things. If I'm not building in my world, I'm working on editing or something, typically. So I think that's also something that's kind of fun about the streams too, is that you guys get to see the raw thought process behind how these things work, and that they just kind of happen. There's not a whole lot of rhyme or reason other than I have an idea and I'm gonna figure out how to do it. But that's specifically one of the reasons I started streaming versus making like guides and tutorials and just doing base tours and stuff, because I think a lot of people were interested in how I just build without any major plans or anything, which kind of happens. The build, I start with a minimum of a 10 by 10 area and let the creativity flow. Yeah, I think it's easier. I mean, don't get me wrong, like I have a Pinterest page with hundreds and hundreds of cool ideas for structures and buildings that I want to make. So there's always something, like an image in the back of my head, but typically instead of like an actual plan, it's just, this is the visual aesthetic that I'm going for, and however we get there is how we get there. You work with a lot of architects as a project manager in a commercial cabinet shop? Yeah, nice. I also have some project management experience as well. Now I'm just managing myself on a daily basis. Just posted a picture of what I meant with the lanterns in Discord. Alright, I gotta see it. I've been half stuck on these things, so. Oh, like that. That does look a lot better. Now I understand what you're saying. That does look a lot better than what I was thinking originally. That'll be tempting. Guess it's just the inverse of this with some of these. I think I like it the other way, though. Interesting. It's a nice mix. I will tell you that. It does look better inverted, but it's way better than the stem. I was not liking the stem personally, so. Oh no. My lantern. Inverted's better. I'll have to mess with that a little bit more. I'd probably benefit from that approach to building. I think it creates... There's value in both, I guess, is the way I would put it. Where it's a certain level of planning, I think, for a lot of people would go a long way. Because, I mean, I literally have a degree in creative thinking, essentially, with architecture. So it's really easy for me to think in the way that I do because I've done it for like my entire life. That's my dad was an architect. I worked in his architecture firm for many, many years. I grew up in the architecture firm. I grew up thinking like architects. I was lucky enough to have those experiences, so for me personally, it's a lot easier to be like, yeah, just don't plan it. Because that's just my brain that was trained that way. So for some people, like, a certain amount of planning is a good idea. I think because I've got so much experience in design and, like, creative thinking, my brain can kind of skip the planning phase and I'm able to kind of just freeball things a little bit more. So for the average person, what am I doing? The average person, some level of planning is a good thing. I think just trying to step up and do what I do without any planning whatsoever is probably going to be a headache for some. But I think some people probably try too hard to make a perfect realistic base that does everything and more. And they would benefit from just some randomness as well. There's a happy medium in terms of what's enough planning and what's too much planning. So close. Inverted, always better? Yeah, typically. Need a flag so you can put items on the ground and not have it despawn. What do you mean? A flag so you can put items on the ground and not have it despawn. Like in a certain area? Is that close enough? I think that little gap's gonna drive me nuts. Height just right. Now we can get this corner lined up. I feel like typically the items take so long to despawn, it doesn't really affect it too much. Most of the time I want everything to despawn and get out of my way. MGM, been in the hospital for a while, so I missed a couple of streams. Dang, hope you're doing good. Glad to hear you're back at it, but never fun. Hopefully it wasn't anything too serious. Luckily you haven't, honestly, if you've only missed a couple streams, we really haven't done anything but build this. We've been doing so many base reviews at this point that I hardly have any time to build myself. Nothing's changed on the inside. Handful of streams. We built out these sides a little bit more. We were just starting on this one. And I decided to switch things up and start working on the entrance of the base a little bit. Nothing bad. Had my second child. Congratulations. That's awesome. That's the best kind of hospital visit. But yeah, other than we're building this insanity, we've just been working on this the last couple streams. I'm just having some fun. Doing randomness. Spider eggs on a post with a light under it. Oh. Those type of items. That could be interesting. Because, yeah, I guess they just go rotten after a while, right? How well is this lined up to the same angle? Naturally, I can't tell till I build it.
A fine piece of handiwork, Mr. Smalls.
Want basketballs to not despawn? I'm surprised that those despawn. I guess I've never left a basketball on the floor before. Now that looks nice. Thank you. We're having some fun. We're deep diving into off-grid building at the moment. We're having a lot of fun just building, chaos building at the moment. Almost want this to go like slightly more that way, but it's also close. The issue is this side somehow looks exponentially too big. We're gonna have to like, maybe it's because of that. Once there's a piece there, it's probably pretty close. Yeah, it's not bad. Those are pretty dang close to the same angles. Seems like what we spent our time doing is, first and foremost, base reviews have been ridiculous. We've been doing tons of base reviews. Every Tuesday we're doing like 8 of them, which has been super fun. And then everything else I'm doing is just teaching people how to build off-grid at the moment, it feels like. Like everyone and their mom all of a sudden is super interested in off-grid building now that I've popularized it, and like people are seeing me do a little bit more of it compared to my previous Grounded 1 stuff. A lot of the off-grid building that I did in Grounded 1 kind of happened behind the scenes and was like happy accidents. Whereas right now we're kind of like really intentionally trying to build off-grid, so it's more out in the open for people to get excited about. Now this is where this is going to get tricky. Because everything has to come down and attach to the ground somehow. Yeah, this is gonna get weird quick. Grounded build was so crazy and clean, I had to start doing it in Grounded 2. Let's go. That's all I can hope for, honestly. Yeah, how are we gonna get this supported properly? If I was paying better attention, I would have moved that scaffold. But we did not. It's like it was never there. Now we're trying to make more crazy clean builds, so we're just seeing how it goes. Okay, so we get that. This is gonna get weird, y'all. Gonna get real weird. Let's see. What you building? Welcome in, old timer. Just a survival base at this point. Doing a little bit of mega building in the lamppost. Got my main base inside of it. We're kind of building this crazy fortress thing. Whatever you want to call it. I don't have a name for it. And we're currently working on the main entrance. Yeah, just breaking the grounded build system is really what we're doing here. So whatever you want to call this entrance type looking space thing. Bridge, staircase. Cool, crazy, I don't know. Cool, thought about building around that. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of it. It took a lot of setup because the way I'm building this at the moment is each individual wall on this is built on a different grid. So the way we get these like crazy little details is that's two separate grids colliding in the corners. And so it took a ton of setup getting this main wall lined up, because then that grid from the outside wall comes to this, which is then the whole floor system in the center areas, but then each of the inside walls is also built on its own grid. So this wall, this wall, this wall, and the other kitty corner one and that wall are all on their own grid. And that's how you can get these the staircases the way they are to line up perfectly with these edges, because as you can kind of see, these things are all kind of like slamming together in these corners. And so it's been a slow process getting everything set up, but it's really not bad. You're not constantly jumped by spiders building there? A little. Once we get everything built, it really won't be a problem, because they're all going to be trapped under the base. Because this will be sort of a built structure, so they'll only be able to come in if they came from this like side, then down, then in, and this is it's going to be like my buggy entrance essentially, so the buggies can get into the bottom area. And then we'll completely close this off, so when we kill the wolf spider at some point, it'll just be trapped in here forever. But personally, I'm attacked by things anywhere I build a base, so the spiders are so easy to kill that I don't really worry about them. The really annoying thing is these dang butterflies that just ram their heads into everything. They have no ability to do anything but run into things. This dude over here has been flying into this little random thing I built for days. Like, he's just given up, and he's just gonna fly the rest of his life through here. These are more annoying than any of the spiders. Love the build system. Me too. There's a lot of good build systems in survival games, but there's just something about Groundeds that I really, really enjoy. What are you doing trapped under the bed?
Monster of the bug world.
What is this? What are you doing?
A little tight around the muscle.
Now we're both trapped. Oh, I see how it is. You're just gonna bounce me into the ground like that? Super Mario me? What is this? What is this? Let me out! Help!
Yeah. Woo! My heart is pumping.
Teamwork makes the dream work, I guess. You're welcome there, Timber. The spider spawn base are just low-key saving up for zip lines. Oh, yes. Bro. Get it together. Alright, you stay there. I don't even care. How did you get in here? This is what I'm talking about. Give me spiders all day long. The stupid butterflies. It's constant with these goofballs. I don't know how they clip through everything. They're always just like sitting weirdly in all the walls all the time. But yeah, I've been destroying web because I have so much of it. Just get so many web sacks and stuff from spawning. That's another good reason about this base location is you can farm all your mutations underneath your base because you just kill all the spiderlings with all of them and you get them super easy. Constantly getting harassed by mosquitoes and bombardiers. Yeah, I'll take spiders. I'll take one wolf spider, 1 or 2 orb weaver juniors, and a bunch of spiderlings over any other bug. They're super easy to kill with the spicy staff, so I'm never really worried about it. It's just so customizable, but not like an extreme level like Enshrouded. Yeah, it's grounded. I think some people may find the grounded build system to be like limiting because it's only got so many things that you can do if you kind of look at it like one-dimensionally. But when you push it to that next level and you put a lot of time and effort into learning the build system, you really learn that it does have a lot more flexibility than you might think in the beginning, and there's a lot of really interesting combinations that you can make. Whereas, like, Enshrouded's build system, like, absolutely overshadows Grounded. It is the best building system I've ever seen. There is no other build system that is so customizable. And the voxels are so interesting, and the decor being, like, 100% rotatable, 360 degrees on the X, Y, and Z axis. Like, nothing compares to Enshrouded, but it is so overwhelming. So incredibly overwhelming compared to Grounded's that I think... I like that Grounded's is just so much more approachable. And for me, the challenge of the Grounded building is how do I work within the constraints that the game gives me? Because it kind of forces my hand to make some specific decisions, which I, as a designer, really, really enjoy. And Enshrouded, although as a designer, I also enjoy the freedom to build literally anything and everything that I can come up with. And the only thing that's going to hold me back is my own creativity at the end of the day. There are days where, like, it's too much freedom. And it almost is, like, overwhelming in many ways. So I find Grounded to be a really good happy medium. If you like the Tron movies, can't really say I've watched many of them. Or much of them. Free butterfly decorations? Yeah, I guess that's true. Perfect level of complex enough to allow lots of creative expression, but not so granular that you get lost in the details with unique, cohesive art style. Yes. I think that's more than anything. The art style of Grounded, to me, is, like, unmatched in so many ways. Where, like, Enshrouded has a way more interesting build system in terms of, like, pure... unadulterated freedom than doing anything and everything. The only thing that's going to stop you is your own creativity. I find that to be overwhelming a decent amount of the time. Because I've spent multiple streams building. I spent a week in Enshrouded. If you haven't seen any of my Enshrouded streams, you should check out some of the builds we're working on because they're phenomenal. I freaking love what we were building in Enshrouded. It hurts my soul building in Enshrouded from time to time because it's just too much. There are days where I'm just like, I don't have the energy to think through whatever this is, whatever's happening today. Kind of it's an interesting like give and take where there's days where I absolutely love building in Enshrouded, and there's days where I'm like, I am too tired. I don't have the creativity on a daily basis to build in Enshrouded. But give me every once in a while, and then I'm set. You dismount your buggy, your game freezes for about 1 second, then game freezes for about 10 seconds. Makes using the buggies a pain. Yeah, that's probably one of the more annoying like glitches or whatever you want to call it currently in the game for me. There's a couple buggies in some of the base reviews you were doing where my game was not happy with dismounting the buggies. I always think my game's crashing though when I get off my buggy, like every time. Agree with what you're saying with the building limitations and grounded 100%. Working with what you got and incorporating the environment has always been my favorite part. Yes, exactly. Like utilizing, I think what's super interesting, like Enshrouded's cool because you can rebuild villages, and I think that's a really like entry level, accessible like concept that I really like about Enshrouded. So it kind of meets people in the middle for like the crazy ridiculous builders have pure freedom, and then other people are like, hey, start with this village that's already made and make it into something cool. But the limitations, I think, as a designer is something I really enjoy. Like everything I've ever done in school, in work, in architecture, in design in general is something that's been, you have constraints. Like you're never, in any field of design, it is so rare that you get 100% freedom to design and build. And so me personally, I really enjoy that there's like a little bit of a constraint like in the game, and it makes me, it forces me to make more interesting decisions to work with what I've got, which I think at the end of the day tends to make more interesting builds overall. And I love the pre-built like assets, like the lamppost, or the first game, the pagoda, and the sandbox. I really enjoy building with the environment that we're given. Whereas like pure freedom to terraform just starts getting into, it can be a lot. It's block based, but you can chisel blocks down to a 32 subpixel and combine different blocks with subpixels. Interesting. But I do enjoy the terraforming aspect and all that in Enshrouded too, so don't get me wrong. I do really have a lot of fun with it at the same time. There's just days where it's like, today ain't the day. Welcome in, Knife. How's it going, man? You had a good one. Buggies are not laggy, they just get deleted sometimes. Hey, you know, could be worse, right? Got a build system is addictive. I built a cliffside castle and a village. Nice. I'm building, you know where the Mistaberry catacombs are? I'm building this like massive structure thing there. Let me see if I can find. Actually, I've got some dope thumbnails we could show off real quick. Where'd my things go? The heck? Alright, let's see where I can find those. Somewhere. This is kind of what we're working on at the moment in Enshrouded. I haven't been on the game in a couple months, but I have this. We're on top of the Mistaberry catacombs, and then into the hillside I'm building like a dwarven like city sort of thing. So all my like functional stuff, all the townsfolk, all the different NPCs and everything are like in here, and then there's this like corrupted castle that's being ripped out of the ground. So this is all like floating in the air, and I'm building this massive cathedral castle thing that's like gonna be floating and stuff. I had a lot of fun with it so far, but man, is it work. It's just really slow building because I'm so detail oriented that where'd my webcam go? There it is. But it's really fun. If you haven't checked out some of the streams and you enjoy Enshrouded, you should check out a couple of those builds. That's some really fun times building in there. Interpreting the environment is both a gift and a curse. Yeah. It makes the building exponentially more difficult in many ways, but I also like really enjoy the challenge. It can suck and also be really fun at the same time. How did you get out of the house?
A little tight around the muscles. Catch you on the flip side, player.
Sore and tired? Hey, man. I feel that. Multi-stream, timber stream, grounded to first, then enshrouded. I mean, in a perfect world, if I could do this, like, full-time and build for, or stream for 6 hours or 8 hours, whatever it is, I would play grounded for the first half of stream and then play whatever building game afterwards. Would be a in a perfect world, that's what I would do. That way everyone gets their grounded fix, and then I get to take a break from building in one game and do something different to kind of like mix it up. I think that would be really fun, but that requires a lot of time that I don't necessarily have. I just feel so overwhelmed by the build system. I really don't even know where to start, even with repairing pre-existing buildings. Alice, I think like if you're interested in it, don't feel the need to like build because I say it's cool and do it. Like, you have to want to build an Enshrouded because it's one of those things that it's time consuming. What I did is I built a little like mini base with every material. So it was just floor, a secondary floor, a set of stairs, a column in the middle, and then like a hand railing. And I built every single material that is in the game. I built that same exact structure, completely replicated, over and over again. So I knew exactly how each block works with the voxels. I knew exactly how the different pieces look. So I knew what a ceiling looked like with each block. I knew what the floor, what a stair, what a hand railing, what a column, because they all look different in some ways. And so you knew, and then a window in one of the walls, and then there was like one side wall. And I just recreated that with every material, put everything out, so it was like this library, I guess is the best way to describe it. There's this like little library that whenever I wanted to like try something new, it allowed me to go, okay, what is this gonna work? How is this gonna work? Because that was, for me, what was so overwhelming is there's 30 plus materials in the game currently, and it's just getting going. There's so much to be added to the game, and so for me that was a really good way to sort of get over that initial like, this is overwhelming and I don't know what I'm supposed to do. But once I had that like visual library of all the different pieces, it felt like very, very quickly from there I was able to like leap into building and just kind of go nuts. Pinterest as well is like, especially when you're building in like Enshrouded, it's a little bit harder to like come up with an idea in Grounded and then replicate it based off of an image or whatever, because you're limited more so. In Enshrouded, you can build literally everything. Like, between the decor items and all the other stuff that's in the game, like, there's no limitations to what you can do. So, for me, that was a little bit of a way to get over that, like, initial, like, I'm overwhelmed. This is chaos.
A fine piece of handiwork, Mr. Smalls.
What are you doing? Attached to the right grid. Wait a second. Ah! Try Satisfactory. I don't love the like, I've just, everything I've seen on Satisfactory, just, it's too mechanical, like, Not saying that I wouldn't look at it, like, especially like if we ever got to that point where I could build for Grounded or my main game, whatever it is, for the first half of stream, and then build in the secondary game afterwards. Like, that's when I would love to add in some of those other games. But compared to the games I've played, Satisfactory, like, visually has never really intrigued me. And maybe that's just because I don't know enough about the game yet, necessarily. So it's easy to say that it's not quite something that I would enjoy. But just like massive factories and the like, the whole mechanical side of it is not something I'm like as interested in, I guess is the best way I would describe that. Doesn't mean that it's not a good game or I wouldn't really enjoy it if I put the time in, but that's also the struggle, is finding the time to learn a completely new game, a completely new build system, a completely new everything. One of my least favorite things is like learning a brand new game. There's just so many things you have to do to get good at a new building system. I like my creature comforts. Yeah, exactly, Pasta. Exactly. Satisfactory always felt more like an automation game. That's very accurate in how I would describe that. Drag you into my factory life. I mean, I'm not opposed to it. I just, like, have to find the time to experiment at the end of the day, more than anything. It's not quite where I want that, is it? Horrible. It's not great, though. Not sure. Find a place I can do that in the world. Any suggestions for a location? I built it literally on top of where they tell you to build your first base. Like when you're doing the tutorial and stuff, it's just like, build your first base here. I built a base and then I destroyed it when I moved to where I'm currently building. And from there, I just built that thing in that main spot. You put a ducky gif? Sure, I guess. As long as it's not inappropriate or anything. Best place to build is behind... Whoa. There she blows. Sorry, one sec. Best place to build behind the large Burgle statue, behind the bushes, down at the floodlight. As cool as that area is, it's also like, there's literally nothing there, so it's so difficult to like... I always try to build in places where I find there's lots of resources, that's easy access to other parts of the map. And until they like unlock the stuff behind it, it feels like a very limiting place to build. Like similar to like the builds that are on the podium. Like you gotta trek all your stuff, because I'm not building small back there. It's gonna be a mega base, and so I have to trek everything through all of that, build something up over the top, around to make it more efficient to get to. It's like this. It's a process. Very nice, Ducky. Yes, the map will open up. All right, I'm heading out to bed. Have a wonderful rest of the stream. Thank you, Knife. Thank you for stopping in for a little bit, even after a long day, man. Always appreciate you coming in and saying hi. Oh, you made them. Good job. Okay. This butterfly. We'll say the only bad part about building a base around the butterflies is that their frost attack just legs everything out. I can't stand their flapping anymore. It's driving me insane. I'm gonna turn off my ambient noises or something. Build the Empire State Building at that location. Whew. Could be cool though. Definitely could be cool. Peace. Quiet. Wait a second. Wait a second. This dude's still clipping through the wall. All butterflies must die. You telling me I'm gonna have to go attack him inside my base right now? Because he somehow clipped through the whole thing? Rude. Call it a night as well. Great stream as always. Good night, everyone. Sounds good, man. Thank you for hanging out. Appreciate it. Uh-oh. That's not gonna end well. Or it will. And we'll just do a little bit of this. Oh no. I've fallen down my hole. And I can't get up. Stinker attacked my whole floor. I swear, if he's back at full health. Okay. No, not again. Rude. Could put a stuffed wolf spider where it spawns so it looks like it's there, but it's stuffed. I mean, it's going to be there forever, so we're going to have the real thing anyways, right? Eventually, when I finish that part of the base, it'll just be trapped in there for good. So, no need to fake it. We're going to have the real thing. Alright, give me my press to repair. It takes way too long to repair things. Hope you have a great rest of your night there, Impasta. Appreciate you hanging out. We'll say it'll probably be an earlier night tonight. I've been streaming till like 11:40 every night for some stupid reason. And every night I'm like, why did I stay up till 12? I have to get up at 6 with a 2-year-old. Much as I love streaming and doing it, I also like rest. So it may be a slightly earlier night than normal, probably not 11. Give myself a little bit of time to recover.
Didn't even need instructions.
As much as I know how much that will make everyone sad. Gotta take care of my own body sometimes. Further down. Tier 3 repair tool needs to be like the Tier 3 and ground one, but it... Well, you didn't even need a Tier 3 one in grounded. You just needed to press repair. Like, you just spammed repair and it did it. Now, it's just... It was the same thing as, like, press X to delete versus now it's hold X. All of the hold options... If I could say anything that absolutely needs to be changed and was the dumbest idea in the universe, the hold to do anything is not good. It's bad. Very bad. There's a very small thing to critique. That's not a huge deal, but anytime that I have to wait for something and it's not an instant kind of setup is gonna frustrate me and other players. The AoE and stuff too. Yeah, true. Been a minute. No, but anything that takes... I don't want to hold any button. What am I doing here? It's just me on Twitch? Potentially. Oh, it says there's 19 people. Wait a second. What are you attaching yourself to here, buddy? It's just a quieter night in chat, which is all good. Why am I struggling so bad with this right now? I mean, there doesn't need to be 19 people chatting to have 19 people here, you know? If the majority of people building are like me, I just lurked. I just had a stream on and was lurking. That's almost all I do. I'm not a super active chatter unless it's like a streamer I really know. And that's alright, I talk enough for everyone. As my wife and my parents and my friends and everyone I know, I talk enough for 10 people. Hence the reason I stream. I lurk most of the time? Yeah, exactly. I can talk to myself for hours, so not necessarily too much of a concern. Whew. Oh, sorry about that. Whew. I mean, my favorite thing to do, for the most part, it's a tough switch, because I do really enjoy the interaction and stuff with everyone, but my favorite thing to do was just watch someone that was building, and then I would just build in the background the whole time. That in my if I wasn't streaming, or making content, that's what I would be doing, is just watching people and building and throwing in my 2 cents here and there. Weird. Thank you, Alice. Appreciate that. Headset. Head hurt. For the few people that are in here and actively hanging out, what do people think about a Timber cam? For those who don't know, my dog is Timber. He is what the logo is. Uh-oh. Don't do that. So, that is my guy. That is little Timber. He's not little. He's a 90-pound Bernese Mountain Dog. He is what the channel logo and everything, the name, all of it, and I've been thinking about fun ways to like add more chat interaction and things to do. And that was one of the things, like give some people some channel redeem options, point redeem stuff, so we can do a little Timber cam for people, especially because all he does is sit downstairs all night while I'm up here, and he just does nothing. And I'm already like half convinced that I really want a new webcam, because this free one that I got from my wife's work a year and a half ago, like the quality is just not good enough for a face cam most of the time. It just feels like it's always blurry in videos. And so I'm not in love with it. But if I got the webcam that I've been wanting for a long time, the recent growth in the channel would absolutely pay for the webcam that I was looking to get. So I'm seriously contemplating just getting the webcam, setting that up for me, and then turning this webcam into an extra one for the Timber cam. And yes, you don't need convincing. That's all I need to hear. Just another fun thing to throw up. You can just redeem some channel points, and my dog will just be chilling. He'd be way better off hanging out in my office that's air-conditioned than sitting downstairs like the goofball he is and doing nothing with no entertainment and no attention. So yeah, most likely I'll be buying the webcam I've been looking at. Nothing too crazy, but something that's actually made for streaming. This was like an office an office webcam that my wife's old company didn't need anymore. It's a decently nice webcam, but it just has no ability to like adjust anything. It's really simple. I'd like one that I can sort of update, make it look the way I want it to, instead of just being stuck with what it's at. And I've been thinking, I mean, since we're TimberBuilds, it seems like what am I doing not showing off the whole inspiration behind the entire channel and everything, the logo and all of it? It's like, what's the point of having a cute dog if I don't show him off? I got this, like, pet. We have an entire chat in the Discord for pets, and I am the worst in the world at posting pictures of my pets for some odd reason. The webcam isn't bad. I feel like in some of the videos I've done, it just doesn't, the quality's just not there. Like, comparatively to the quality of the stream itself. Yeah, it's a little pixelated, and it's not great. It's not bad. Like, I think most people would probably kill for... It's like a $300, $200 or $300 webcam, but it was made for, like, conference rooms. It was not made for, like, live streaming and stuff. So it doesn't quite... I think it looked better in an office setting, because you're not really worried about someone's face being a little pixelated, and you don't need to adjust things. It's literally there to just show people, like, here I am. Whereas, like, live streaming requires a little bit more nuance to it. And there's $100 webcams that are way nicer than what I have, that are made specifically to do what I'm trying to do, and that allow me to kind of make small adjustments and stuff. So I think we'll probably take some of the donation money that we got from Knife this month and put it towards that.
Now that's correct.
So I've just been, all the ad revenue and everything, I just kind of slowly invest back into the stream. We got better lights. What's the point of having better lights if we don't have a better camera? And I'd love one that actually allows me to like adjust some of the settings as well. And some of them for like the purposes of like more fun streams as we continue to grow. Like they have tracking and all sorts of fun stuff, so you can really kind of go nuts with them. Whereas my current one is just basic. Gets the job done, but in the long term, I've just really been noticing in some of the more recent videos, like in some of the base reviews, when the quality of the stream like dips a little bit, like if my internet kind of has a rough time here or there, it like the webcam's quality goes down so fast. and becomes this thing that I'm just like, I hate. I hate. It's one of those things. I value quality for certain aspects of it. I'm gonna have a webcam. It might as well be decent. What am I doing wrong here? Like half building this like backwards compared to how I would like normally think of this. Which is part of the issue of why this is slow going. That looks about right. Oh, weird. What a day. Tired. I'm glad I'm not the only one that noticed the pixelation here and there, though. You going to fully build it into the rock? You're saying like all of this, I'm assuming. It's not working as well anymore. I'm not being precise enough. Yuck. Yeah, definitely. Most likely this will all kind of eventually just get added in like this. But I try to leave all of this for the like the very last thing, just in case I want to make adjustments. Otherwise, I have to destroy it. Way too much stuff. Be a little something like this. Yeah, it'll all fill in. It's so much easier getting all of the grid randomness placed and figured out and then slowly add to it. Pressed enter too soon? Yeah. Yeah, I think it'll be nice. Kind of have to figure out how to... I mean, I gotta get rid of some of this random stuff that I was just screwing around with, but... Give me my stuff back. We'll eventually have to figure out kind of how to make this not just a big, massive pebble rock wall, though. Not totally sure how that's gonna work, but we'll see. Currently, it's more about getting the layout to make sense and it actually to work the way I'm thinking. I imagine something cool here, but what? I don't know yet. It's like just big enough that we could make like a statue, but it's also like just too small that a statue also may not be enough. Could be some cool lighting or something. And then like filling in these gaps, I want to put more planters. Probably not as perfectly done as Impasta's base that we reviewed yesterday. He had just these grass pieces in the garden plots, and it was just like this curved piece, and he had placed them on the outside of this like perfectly straight bridge, and then just one grass piece each lined up perfectly over it, creating this like little grass archway looked really cool. So I could see, I mean, I like leaving as much of the grass as I can so it looks as natural as possible. So we'll probably throw some more garden patches in some of these little areas and try to find little interesting ways to add more details to it. If we could make a fountain, that would be perfect. Like, this feels like the perfect spot for a little fountain. Especially if we, like, enclose this sort of as, like, a little oval or something. That would be pretty cool. But first, we got to get the bridges to touch down all the way at the bottom, which is its own challenge. Definitely its own challenge. As expected, I knew these were going to be the more difficult parts overall. Sure. Now our grids are getting a little funky. This is where I'm going to have to start thinking through this a little bit better. Or else I'm going to have to be building like 20 grids. Probably should have started this on its own grid a while ago. Now that these are going to start not doing what I want them to do. I mean, the nice thing is that it all clips into each other, so it's probably not the end of the world. You only really tell from this little piece. On this episode of TimberBuilds, we build half of a staircase. Literally half of a staircase. Yikes. Hello there. But it's coming together, though. I definitely like how we've managed to kind of get this, like, almost perfectly half a block up. I mean, it's not going to be exact when you're building off grid and stuff, but getting there. Okay. Tell us, the further we get along in stream, the worse my posture gets. Just gets worse and worse. Oh, yay. Now we're really hitting that point where it's gonna get tough real quick. Okay. Let's see. What are we doing here? Help. I need my handy net. Please, devs, give me custom. Literally all I want. I don't even care about the rest of the stuff in the game right now. Give me custom settings. Please. There's nothing that would help me more than custom settings right now. I don't want achievements. I don't care about them. They're a waste of my life. Give me custom settings. Yeah, this is gonna get real weird real quick. Dang it. Okay. Guess that's the other side of it. We could like build this down. Probably the more intelligent way to do this. Okay, let's go.
Didn't even need instructions.
Okay, how's this gonna work? Slightly overkill, but it's fine. Not sure how much this is gonna help, but at least it'll be a little easier to line up. Alright, what do we need to do here? So there needs to be like halfway through this, doesn't it? Do what I tell you, please. Not quite. Not quite. Close, but no cigar. Might do it, we'll see. Oh, well, like almost there. Guess we could make it work probably. Technically working. I have no clue how it's trying to be supported right now, though. Oh, man. Alright, y'all. I'm toast tonight. I did not get enough sleep this weekend or anything. I know I normally stream another 30 minutes to an hour, but I got a bit of a headache. I'm pretty exhausted. I've been working all day and had a ton of stuff going on. So I'm going to call it here tonight. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We'll continue the builds. I'll have exponentially more energy tomorrow as well, getting a good night's rest because I'm going to go to bed like right away because I'm toast. But I definitely appreciate everyone hanging out tonight. Thank you for joining the stream. Make sure if you're interested in Tour Tuesday next week that you send me on Discord, you DM me your Xbox username. I need a couple more bases and worlds to review for Tuesday still, so if you're interested in that, definitely make sure to hit me up on there. If you are not part of the Discord, make sure to join the Discord as well. Come and chill, show off your base designs if you're not interested in the reviews themselves. But once again, thank you all for hanging out tonight. Sorry it's a little early, but it'll allow me to be even better tomorrow night. So I will catch you tomorrow at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thank you for hanging out, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.